Sup gamers, it is now match number 2 of the Legends of Runeterra, the Kayle videos, the Kayle commentaries. This one, of course, is brought to you by RICKOREX'S, as I've decided to call this one. And this is honestly what I consider to be the best Kayle deck. And it's entirely because it just does a whole lot of things that other Kayle decks don't do, and that is have a lot of self-buffing units. Solari Soldier buffs itself, Crimson Pigeon buffs itself. The Esmus, of course, is a buff. Lunari Cultist can heal the units that have been damaged by the Crimson Pigeon and buff them as well. You have Pale Cascade, of course, Darkened Lodestone, always a sight that we see in these Kayle decks. But Crescent Guardian is another one, an aggro unit, and Iron Ballista, an all-around staple of any RICKOREX'S Noxus deck. So Crescent Guardian, not surprising at all because it gives itself an attack buff. And finally, Kayle as our top end. So this is definitely much more of an aggro deck compared to all of the other ones that we've seen. The Bard deck that we showcased yesterday or the day before, that is mostly about just getting chimes onto your units and buffing up their stats continuously until eventually you can swing in for big lethals with Kayle and so forth. But that's all I've really got to say about this. It's pretty straightforward deck all around. You just get big buffed overwhelm units and use Kayle as a finisher. That's all I've got. So we'll take it on the ladder and see you guys there. Against Deep? Huh. This might not go well. I'm just setting my expectations low. This is going to go great. We want to find our 1 mana units pretty early on. Not gonna find them though. We do find Esmus, which is good. Hello, Zoe. Zoe, I could play. I think it's okay to play Zoe. Because no matter what happens, this is gonna swap over to me, and then I have Darkened Lodestone to buff Zoe out of Vile Feast range, which is good. And then we have Expansive Protection activated now. Lure of the Depths, though, is what my opponent is going to choose to play instead, but Zoe gets in for a big punch here. Pretty good start to things, all things considered. We end round. We have Iron Ballista now, which can block any fearsomes that we want to. Zoe is on board as well. Super cool star charts here. I'm going to play Crimson Pigeon here, though, to block this. Because, yeah, they swing with it. It dies to this. It's not too big of a concern. Play Esmus. Now, Esmus is big. Big Esmus. Big damages. Here we go. Solari Soldier, also a nicely sized unit. Because now it's a 3-3, becomes a 3-2, and then this becomes a 3-3. And then that gets buffed by Zoe, and that gets buffed again, so it'll be a 4-4. So we're going to have some pretty big units here. Overall. Iron Ballista, no mana for Vile Feast, by the way. So how do I do this? Oh, yeah, I forgot about Quietus. That's fine. I decided to not destroy the equipment, though, so that's pretty good for me. Do this and this. This gets buffed. Of course, these two die, but then I still punch in for Overwhelm at the end of it. Or this one doesn't die. Only one unit dies to Deadbloom Wanderer, and it's that one. And then I get to kill both of them, and I still have units on board to swing with, which is pretty good to me. The Blushadogs will bloom again. So they could have something. They could have another Quietus here. Now they have Dread Treasures. I expected something along those lines. I knew they were going to have something to summon a unit here. And for that reason, I'm playing Lunari Cultist, which gives me 2 gems, which is very nice. This dies. They don't hold this, which I'm going to do for the sake of damage. We do have Zoe available too. I'm going to drop Zoe and round. And now Zoe gets the Darkened Lodestone as well. It's going to be an interesting turn, though. That doesn't happen. Sorry to say. Expanse's protection is a guarantee. Pass. Pretty good for me. Heal 1, granted +1/+0. So now that also gets to swing. Then this does the most damage going here. And here. Right? No. We need to go like this to buff it up the most. Right? No. This goes first, and then these. Yeah. Because then this gets buffed up to 4. So whatever happens, this dies to a block. That dies to a block. We get a punch in again. 17 out of 25. It's going to be 19 now. Not a great deck for us to play against, like I said. But I'm going to heal Zoe as well. Pass. Just keep her out of Vile Feast range still. That is deep, so it's pretty bad. Because we are now out of options. Like, that's the problem, right? You run into a deck that can stall you forever, and that's kind of what happens. We had that one term where they had the double Debloom Wanderers that they won with. Is essentially what happened. Gosh, another one of these, huh? Another Devourer of the Depths. There's nothing that Star Chart gets me that lets me win that. I could silence or stun. Is stun better? Stun is better, right? Yeah, if we just lose this, I can't win this one. I cannot win that one. Rek'Sai Pike. This is going to be a very interesting match. We keep Pigeon. Do we keep Zoe? Yes. Zoe gives us options, the most important thing. I toss these away. What do you... Get out of my hand. Zoe gives us Star Chart, which allows us to find things a little bit easier. I don't think she lives for very long. Especially if they have the Hammer Snout. Hammer Snout will destroy us. Two ballistas is not bad. I think I just need to continuously try to trade up and all. That is definitely... Oh, they whiffed. They whiffed on the lurk. Unfortunate. Block like that. Unfortunate whiff, though. That's what you get. That's what you get. They could have Bone Skewer, I guess. That might be what they hit, or Ruthless Predator. I know that there's some cards that these decks like to run. Those being some of the chief among them. Ah, they hit the other Forsaken Bakai. But no, why would they predict a... Never mind. Oh no, that was turn 2 that they hit it on. So they didn't predict a Forsaken Bakai, they just happened to hit it twice in a row. 4 damage does put us pretty far behind, though. That is not good. We play Ballista first, just to trade into things. Ballista and Pigeon, if they let me. Sick, they do let me. And getting positive trades for units will be pretty nice. Here and now. It was a Rek'Sai hit that they got? Yep. And I am okay with removing lurk units. Or am I? I could also block here. And then force a secondary block later. No, we block here then. Because then this has the least HP. Yeah. This is right. This is correct. Because then this gets buffed to 5. I punch in for 4 plus 2, which is 6. And I just win, then? Could play second Ballista, which does hurt a lot more. They could play RICKOREX'S, I guess. But I don't think that's on their game plan right now. I so badly want to pass, but I don't think I can afford it right now. I cannot afford a pass. Do this. We have Bloody Business to remove a unit as well, as needed. This saves the unit. Boom, boom. If I punch this, I get 3 more damage to face. I like that. Nah. No need. No need for more damage. Why would I? Super cool star chart. Crescent Strike is really nice. And pass. I'm going to hold 4 mana still for Expanse's protection, in case they have a pike available. Hello, Kayle. Good to see you. Lunari Cultist. Deluded Fools. Hello, RICKOREX'S. That'll be an attack, but not one you're getting. Crescent Strike's gonna stop you in your tracks. And remember, hold mana for Expanse's protection. Ah! Excellent. Excellent work. Excellent work. These games are going so much faster because it's an aggro deck. Lamau. It was an aggro deck moment pulling out a stun in Targon. What has become of this deck? Okay. We got an item from the event. Prismatic shards. Prismatic rewards. Wow. Oh, wow. Darkened Van. It makes the Dragonling and all 3 copies of Pra prismatic. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's pretty neat. I'll unlock the pass when I complete it. Connecting. Barn Lee Sin. That's an interesting combo. I like that. I like your spice. But do you like mine? Behold. My aggro. My Sharona. Oh, right. Okay, match number 3, we're against Barn Lee Sin. I'm not certain what to expect from this, but if I were to guess, it would be not a whole lot. It's possible that they're running Vestayan Disciple, and that will be an issue, I suppose. Now I have Darkened Ballista, I'm hitting for 3. And I don't think these regions have a whole lot to do to Zoe at 3 mana. So, free attack for 3 damage, the buff scale, punch, get a super cool star chart, Which saved us last game, too. We managed to get that down to 0 cost, had a stun, and kept up expansive protection the entire game. So that's really good, as they say. Now, my question is, does Crimson Pigeon's effect go through first, or the Darkened Lodestone? Because that'll make a whole lot of difference for me. Depending on how I play that unit. Ooh, quick attack? Gross. I guess you also have, Momentous Choice and other things to clear my units, so I'm not going to block. Pass. I'm going to pass everything. I'm going to pass these kidney stones. 4 mana could see a Bard going on board now. That's a 2 mana expensive protection, which is very nice. Darkened Lodestone. Make that a 5 attack unit. And then this gets buffed to 4. So we swing for quite a bit here. Now this is pod racing. And this is what I was mostly concerned about, was Bard. But I don't think I have room to care. You just swing like this. I know that this is more guaranteed damage, but this threatens to kill Bard more often. And punches a lot more damage. And keeps both of my units alive if they play like this. I mean, no matter what I played with, this is still keeping me alive. And they always were playing Momentous Choice, so it's not too big a problem when I still have Crescent Guardian available, plus Darkened Lodestone, plus 1 mana Super Cool Star Chart, and Expansive Protection. It's... my whole hand is very much set up for success here. I simply need to find out where it lands. I'm not going to worry about Bard attacking me here, because I don't need to, quite frankly.
We swim within the flows of magic.
Trade a 1 mana unit for a 3 mana unit. Would be pretty sweet. It's more important for me to kill this with this. Oh, bird. I can't play Lodestone this turn if I... 2 pigeons. 2 blocks. We can go Lodestone onto one of you. Block this, take 7 this turn. Or take 5. Okay, I'll block here. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I'll block here. I'm crazy. I'll do it. Bonk.
What form will the waters take?
Keep my whole board alive so far. I pass. I have Kayle this turn too, if I want it. Though I am willing to bet on a thing. Silence doesn't make a difference. Serpent's actually kind of funny. I think I might go Serpent. To be totally clear with you. So I can kill Bard for free. And then Kayle buffs everything. If I can drop her. And if they try to recall or stun something, I have Expansive Protection. I might not even play Kayle this turn, because of how I want to keep this board around. And so Expansive Protection and Celestial Blessing are typically my best ways to do that. Now, of course, they're considering a recall, they're considering a stun, they're considering the Chime card. Whichever one that is. Oh my stars, why can I not remember for the life of me? I'm thinking of Cosmic Binding. That's the one. I'm worried about that card. Because that... I don't have enough cards to protect from Cosmic Binding. Depending on how they play it. If they try to damage this and then stun the 6/2, for example, I buff that and then I protect that with Expansive Protection. But it all depends on how they play it. And it's entirely possible that my opponents disconnect. But no, they have Bard. They have Bard, they draw a card. One chime. Bard levels. No, he doesn't. Never mind. Yeah, you whiffed. Do this into this. Wait, this has to go first. So we can go boom, boom, boom. For maximum damages. Okay, so the damage goes through first before the swing. That's good to know. Kayle's also leveled up, which is nice. I didn't pull Bard at the end there. So I'm not worried about anything at 3 mana in these regions. Maybe another Traveler's Call, but I don't know what that would do here for them. I think this is just a victory for me. Just not much else my opponent can do. Ionian Tellstones gives you Gruesome Theater, which recalls this, but then sadly, no. Yeah. Peace. Good game. Good game. Bard Lee Sin is an interesting deck. I might actually try that out at some point. But for now, we're just in Kayle hell. We're just playing Kayle aggro and winning. Not even by the merits of Kayle. Did you see Kayle in that game? I sure didn't. I saw her in my hand and I decided, too expensive. I need to keep up spell mana for, for Spell Shield. Like, Kayle does nothing in this deck. Holy moly. But don't tell anyone. I'll definitely put that in the video, though. Uh-oh, looks like we have a match starting. But I'm not tapped in. There we go. Who are we playing against? Oh, it's the... Hey, it's the Zed Hector from earlier. Hello, gamer. I hope you don't mind me actually losing this match. I want to keep this whole hand, to be honest with you. It's the rematch of the century. 1-0. I want to kill this so badly, but I can't. I have to play Zoe, because this, I just lose out on the buff of this when it goes through. So they get 2 damage for free. Kind of unfortunate. Kind of inconsiderate, don't you know? Solari Soldier. Solari Soldier is my option because then I have Dark and Ballista to follow it up on this. Possible that my opponent's running Vile Feast, though I can't say for certain, and it is not Vile Feast. Okay. My opponent's next turn will be terrifying, though. Block here, for sure. They don't take 6 damage. Why would they? They also want to get Hallow buffs available. Or trade it next turn. That's fair, too. When they have a wider, more robust board. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get Crescent Guardian's buff available. But if they open attack here, that'll be pretty darn good. Zed really is a pain in my ass, though. I'll just play Asmus. I don't care too much. The actual royal pain in the ass, though.
No mercy for heretics.
Okay. Block this. Block the super. It's possible we lose this game off of just aggro, being out aggroed by a better deck that has better combos than I do. Play this. Crescent Guardian. That's pretty big. Limb Keeper's pretty good. You can't block or kill Zoe. Well, you can't kill Zoe with this block. And I get a nice attack with Crescent Guardian in. Very nice. Making them lose Shadow Apprentice feels pretty good.
May I see your invite?
And punching in for 5 damage is nice, too. Still punching him for 5 damage. 5 and 1 is 6. I think we're losing, though, just because I can't kill Zed right away. I do have Bloody Business available, which is nice. However, ouch. Especially because they'll open attack. Like, no reason not to, right? Is there a way I could have kept mana open there? Not really. I think I was best threatening lethal there. Not lethal. No, we were off of lethal by 2. Right? Yeah, we were. So, not a whole lot I could have done there necessarily. Okay, cool. So now I can do this. I'm just going to do this ahead of time. Let's get Zed off of the board. I'm not even going to ask. Well, that is a lot of damage. I'm not dead, which is the funny thing. So I'm not going to block it. And now I have to block these 2 good jokers, right? But...
Come in!
Right. Come block here. He's too good! Is this lethal? This is... Yes. I think it is. I believe so. We have to Omega buff the Crescent Guardian. Can I do it? That goes up to 8 hits for 5 plus 6. It's exact lethal. If I buff Zoe, it's 7 plus 3, which is 10, 11. I'm actually 1 off of lethal if I buff Zoe, funny enough. So we have to buff like this. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I'm just threatening lethal, I guess. I'm not actually giving lethal. Yeah. I mean, fair enough. If they have the, if they have the card again, though. The 5 mana one, I lose. Whew, okay, I don't lose. Thank God. Super cool start chart. What do we get? I think I want Messenger. Or do I get Crescent Strike? No, because if I do Crescent Strike, they open attack with a unit and I just lose. So I play Messenger to draw. Post. And Ballista. Oof, that's annoying. But at least it's not lethaling me. Not right away, at least. I'm gonna do Ballista here. So I have confidence in this being able to survive. This next turn, I just have to sacrifice it properly. Oh, no way! What a top deck! Oh, what a massive top deck. Okay, well, I have to block everything, right? So I block here. Zoe's 9 out of 10. Okay. Wait, hold on. Can we win with this? I think we can. What a top deck, though. So I have Ballista. Oh, I should have leveled Zoe. I'm an idiot. Oh no, I should have leveled Zoe. Yeah, I'm just gonna level Zoe then. Yeah. Why do you... Oh, because of the Ghastly Band. Yeah, bummer, dude. They top decked? That was the luckiest top deck known to mankind. Wow. Crescent Strike would have been better, huh? I don't know. I was worried more about other things in that deck. Nightfall, huh? We're gonna keep Celestial Blessing and play it next turn. Or maybe not. Like the full-on aggro hand right now. Is it Pigeon or Zoe? It's gotta be Zoe, right? Yeah, it is Zoe. And round. We We swing. Expecting a Vile Feast. Or Unspeakable Horror, but you didn't get the Nightfall effect from it, so... no problem to me. That's what I was waiting for. I buffed this because Overwhelm's going to be much more essential than this unit for punching up against things. Also, we didn't get the Kayle buff because we didn't declare the buff before the attack went through. So, important thing to note. Heavens aligned, huh? Second Unspeakable Horror. Not a problem. 2 drain cards used. No units on board. Crimson Pigeon. Well, like Crimson winning. We could Ballista, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm not going to. I want to save it for next turn. Because my next turn is Soldier into Crescent Guardian into Ballista. So, Soldier.
Raise your weapon, Sunwood.
Crescent Guardian. There's more. No, there's more. But wait, there's more. No, there's more. No. But wait, there's more. Alright, here we go. Because I don't want this dying to a drain. Because I don't think it's very good for me. Just like all things considered, I can trade a unit. I'm fine with that. But if he blocks... well, actually, maybe I should have incentivized to block here. No, that was a misplay. I think, yeah, doing this one would have been better. Because then incentivizing a block on a 1 HP unit would have been way better. But we do have Bloody Business. And we're not in danger of getting hit with Vile Feast or third Unspeakable Horror this turn, for that matter. Bloody Business feels pretty nice. Guiding Touch is dropped on board because they want to play a Nightfall unit. Probably Diana, if I'm not mistaken. Or Glenkeeper. That works too. And he's big. We could Star Chart. We could... well, I'm going to Star Chart now. See what I find. I do find Crescent Strike. Alternatively, I do find the Trickster, which helps me win. I got a Crescent Strike, though. Because I think if they have Diana, I should stop her. I'm okay with developing this. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine by me. So, Vile Feast is in order, so I can't expect that Crescent Guardian to live for much longer. We can go Might into other Crescent Guardian. And if they kill this, I get the Ballista back. Which is pretty nice. But I probably don't even want to play Ballista. Because this swings for 11 damage.
We were peaceful once.
Okay. So. Interesting. Soft passing the turn to give themselves a chance to develop something. And they have a drain available. So what does that mean? If I swing for 11 minus 4 is 7. If I stun, it forces them to develop. I'm gonna do that. I think a stun forcing them to develop something is far more important than me thinking I'm gonna lose this. Just assuming they have Vile Feast or Unspeakable Horror like they've shown 2 of already. And then forcing them to block with something else. So, I'm expecting a Vile Feast. there's the third unspeakable horror that I was talking about. Which I was correct, by the way. They were telegraphing that from the start. But I did misplay that one turn by not encouraging the block onto the Crescent Guardian, so that was my misplay. But 3 unspeakable horrors down. It was pretty good. I do have lethal too, which is the funny thing. Hello, Aphelios. You're gonna have to block to prevent lethal.
The stronger they will know.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Cool by me. I'm fairly certain they got Calibrum, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. I have Bloody Business active. For whatever I deem necessary. Which... Oh, it's... Oh, they went with that. Okay. Never mind then. I'm not dead. So... It's whatever to me. Sunhawk. Very nice. Ballista. You do not have lethal this turn. Now you do. Holy smokes. Okay. Pass. I mean, that's cute, I guess, but check this out. Boom. Boom. I'm too good. You got 3 unspeakable horrors. I'm allowed to have two bloody business to save my unit and win me the game. Potentially. I'm not out of the woods yet. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Wouldn't it have been better to let my unit die and then just get the overwhelm unit this turn? Woo! I win. Overwhelm damage. No way. You're main decking Moonlight Affliction? Bro. Alright, well. It's annoying, I guess.
As darkness falls,
Strongest enemy and I strike each other? Yerp. So that'll be Aphelios dead. Just reading what the card does. Aphelios dead. Shot. Dedge in the streets. Cultist is pretty good too. Lunari Cultist. And they have a great Nightfall hand though. Holy smokes. Well, I guess it is Lunari Cultist.
Both day and night.
There's kind of at a deadlock here. Lifesteal. Ah, onto that unit? Yeah, sure. That's very obnoxious. And... I intend on clearing your whole board. Is this a round end effect? Oh, damn, I wish it was a round start. That'd be a lot better. But I felt... Why do you... Oh, you got 3 Aphelios? Dude, where are my champions? I lose my Zoe early on to your BS. Unbelievable.
You feel it too.
Unbelievable. You get 3 Aphelios. I can't find any of my champions. Bonk. It was a noble try. That really, yeah, that wasn't anything I needed. Unfortunate. I lose to triple unspeakable horror. And also not giving, and also doing the wrong attack on that one turn. So, unfortunate results for us for the Noxus Kayle deck, but not exactly a deck that I think exemplifies Kayle's strengths necessarily. I think that Kayle really needs to be in a slower rolling deck, a deck that can stall things out, things that can be a little bit slower for her so that you're not playing aggro the whole way through. Also, I don't think a lot of the units that Kayle can play with are exactly good for aggro. I would also swap out some of these things. Like, I'd probably take Lunari Cultist out and put in the 3-1 with Overwhelm, so that Crimson Pigeon is something to smack every round. And I don't like Solari Soldier. I don't think it's a very good card. It is a 1-mana unit. It's not bad, considered, all things considered, but why would I Solari Soldier when I can Legion Rearguard and not have to worry about stats and stuff? I guess it's because it gives itself increased stats, but yeah, not a whole lot happening there. Unfortunate results, and that's just kind of how it is, how it be sometimes. And yeah, thanks so much for watching this commentary. I'll catch you all later. Peace out. Bye. I'm leaving. Where's the button? There it is. Bye.